for their gains. So when they take now advantage of election, they cause a lot of violence, such that they cause. I saw certain like there's a certain woman I saw. I was on over the TV, but people were trying to grab her things. Those people who sell on the roadside, something like that. Now, what kind of nation are we in when people try to grab, because they use violence as a tool in order to grab other people's things and so on? So the major thing is that there's a lot of like idleness in the use.
Yeah, and Mr. Ben.
No, let me complete the point first. Let me complete first.
Okay.
There's a lot of idleness in the use that leads to, because right now, if let's take for instance, if for me I come from Eastern Uganda. Let's say Soroti. If you get there is some by-election happening in Soroti, you'll find a lot of youth from Central, from Western, from Northern. They are camping in Soroti city. And what's bringing all of that? Then that's one point. There's a lot of idleness in the use they want to use that chance to grab other people's things for their personal gains. Then also let's talk about the side of security. In Uganda, we have a lot in Uganda. Our security system has also like for me, I grew up, I was told the security should be non-partisan. There's a lot of partisan in our security system. Especially when they hear you that you are opposition. There you can even leave there your legs. So then this because of that thing that the our security has joined, it is now partisan. Now people have now like they have minded that we are going into this election, but we are going to fight now. Even the local Ugandan who is not armed, who is not doing anything, now will be like, I'm going for this by-election, but we are going to fight for it.
Mr. Benz.
Yes, please.
You are talking a lot about, you're talking about so many things, and you could actually talk about one thing and another person say something about something else, you know.
Of course, I was finishing with this issue of the security. I'll give you time.
Thank you very much, Ben.
Give me just 1 minute.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ainemba Bazi. I'm from Kabale.
Yes. How is Kabale?
Kabale is cold as usual, but right now I live in Kampala, though I come from Kabale. So, but I always go to Kabale from now and then. One thing I want to say is, you see, everything Uganda is facing, even if we get another president, the same thing will happen again, you know. Uganda's problem is not the government in power. It's not the president ruling. It's the mindset of the people. And all this, this mindset has been put in us over a period of like 138 years. Religion, the first time the Christians and the Catholics, Muslim, all that came here. And that mindset, that's what the country is built on. So even if you change the president tomorrow, the same things can happen again and again and again and again. And all this, it's because of our school system. You know, the school system needs to be completely dismantled, and then new things need to be set up, new structures. You know, some of us, we cannot talk because we are young, and everyone thinks, oh, those are young, they are smoking weed, they are doing all sorts of bad things. But we know things, we are just quiet. Me, that's true. I graduated in India with a bachelor's degree. So I got a chance to study in a different setup, different country. Those people, they are not smart. They are not, even the whites, they are not smart. Okay, to tell you the truth, Ugandans, they are the smartest people you'll ever find anywhere in the world, because a Ugandan can go anywhere and survive. anywhere in the world, put a Ugandan person in South Africa, put a Ugandan in Russia, put a Ugandan in America, they will still survive and make a living there and become rich. You see, every 10 Ugandans you meet, there will be 9 stupid people and no, there will be 9 smart people and 1 stupid person. Every 10 white people or whatever people from anywhere else in the world, there will be 9 fools and 1 smart one. But you know what the difference is? In Uganda, we get the stupid person in the group, we put that on top to lead, and all the 9 smart ones follow his orders. You know, and the other people, they find that 1 smart person in their group, and then that smart person makes the orders. All the 9 people who are fools, they do what he ordered. That's the only difference. Uganda, we have everything we need, everything to succeed in life, you know.
I agree. Yes.
Our problem is the education system. Our education system needs to be reformed, each and every bit of it. Because the kids, look, nursery school kids in Uganda, they are singing, oh, baby, like they're singing, they're learning things which are even totally useless, you know? No skills at all, 0 skills. We are just learning how to sing, learning how to speak English. Come on, how is English even putting food on the tables of those people? You find so many young men and women smartly dressed in the cities, wearing coats and suits, but empty pockets. And then there will be me, I look shabby, I look whatever I am, but I have maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 millions in the pocket. And I made maybe these millions over a period of like 3, 4 days. You see? So we need to change our mindset. We need to see how the education system, because these kids need to be taught from right when they are young. But you find the young people, the only thing they know is that Jesus is Savior. They just waiting to die and go in heaven. But the heaven, I mean, God created us at the beginning and gave us earth to rule. Means the heaven and hell is here. You are living in hell when you're poor. You know, we are not doing anything to chase the poverty. We just, the education system here is training job seekers, people who are going to jobs. And then people from other countries.
Mr. Mbabazi.
Yes.
If I can take 10 of your seconds to ask you a certain someone question, because if you are saying that the problem we are facing here as Uganda, it's not about the poor governance. Now, what are you talking about if you are saying that the education system?
Brother,
that's
Ben,
poor governance.
let me tell you this. Okay? Even if we had the next president tomorrow, okay, the problem we have will not be solved. Because even President Museveni, he came with the same agenda, okay? Because the reason he was removing the government in power is because the government in power had not done anything. You know that? So, even he was a young man with fresh mind and new ideologies. But 38 years have passed. What has happened? It is even becoming worse and worse. So the problem is not the president or the leader. It's the mindset of the people. Because at the end of the day, the government is ruling the people. Because without Ugandans, there will be no the government of Uganda.
I don't know what you are saying if you are saying that the president has taken 38 years without, when he has not changed anything. But that's already poor governance. I don't know why you are so circling around.
And the president, the problem with you Ugandans is that most of us Ugandans, we grow up in Uganda, we have food, we have good climate, you know, we don't have that much need. So we are a bit of, you know, we are like spoon-fed every time. So every time we are spoon-fed and we are so lazy, we don't even want to work. People from China are the ones coming to build our roads. How? With the modern technology, the artificial intelligence, and we have the Chinese, the Indian, you know, can you imagine Entebbe airport, most of the technical staff is white. How?
So that's what you are saying, that it is not poor governance.
We Ugandan people are so lazy. You know, one thing I've found in Uganda is that, you know, in Uganda, we always find someone to blame for our shortcoming. We don't want to own our own, you know, incompetency. We just want to blame everything on. Sometimes I go in a hotel, in a restaurant. You eat food, you find something wrong with the food, the waitress will come. Instead of solving the problem, we don't want to find solutions. We just want to find someone to blame for what went wrong. So something has already gone wrong. So what? Find solution.
Well done. Thank you. Thank you. You talked about Chinese. You talked about Chinese, and I want to agree with you. One, I was in China for over 1 year, and the mindset of the Chinese is that you work for the next generation. Every generation works for another generation. What you find is what the other generation worked for. Now, when you reach a period of, when you reach that age of for you to work, what you do it for another generation.
Yes.
Because the other generation did it for you.
Yes, please. How are you? Good, bro.
And that is how they do their things. You spend your time to work for another generation because the other generation worked actually for you. You are where you are today because, like for us now in Uganda, what we are seeing today, the peace we are seeing today, there is a generation which worked for it. It works to restore this to peace. No. It works to restore a good climate for business, security, and everything. Our generation. Now, for us, the current generation, what are we doing to work for the next generation? The problem is that everybody is looking at himself and ourselves. It's about me. It's about if it's not me, then it's not me anybody else. And at the end of the day, we end up destroying what we have already, what former generations created for us. So for me, I agree with the person who talks about the Chinese have a very different concept of looking at the future. They look at themselves as well as we are one people, we are Chinese people, and it's about the next generation. Well, the other generation worked for us. What is your contribution for the next generation? What have you contributed? Finish. So for me, that is what I would say on this the issue of the mindset. Indeed, our problem is our mindset. We have a very big challenge. We think being in the government it's what will make us prosper. But we have seen so many governments being changed in Africa, but there's not much difference. It's the same thing. I don't see it. I don't see it. So please, I think we need to wake up to the reality, and one should ask him or herself that, but what is my contribution? Not only to my country, but to myself. What have I done for myself first? What have I done? Forget about government. What about myself? For the government starts with you. You blame government, but you are government. Because there cannot be government without people. There can't be government without people. The very people in the government are your relatives, our friends, our brothers, our sisters, our parents, and so forth. The very people. So what is the difference? So the issue is, I think we need to start thinking positively and look at another way. In other countries, people don't think about government. In other countries, nobody thinks about it. Here, people think about themselves and their country and the future, and the future generations. And I think that's what we need to look at. And the beginning point is peace. If we have peace together, peaceful coexistence, we have so many diversities which are not even there, but we can live together in this great country of ours. As the previous speaker said, in fact, Uganda is a God-given, is God and God. It has everything that a man can live on to survive. So for me, that is it. And maybe somebody else, if you have something, but for me, the bottom line, let us first of all come to an understanding that we need each other and we need to live in this country peacefully, for it is our country.
But General, the thing is, the problem is in Uganda, here we have people, and you see, me as a Ugandan, I'll tell you, I find more love in other countries than in Uganda, because you know what? In Uganda we have tribalism. There's the Banyankole, they think they are bigger than the Baganda, there's the Basoga, there's the Bagisu. Okay, each one is just living in their small tribe, And they don't know, at the end of the day, we are all Africans, we are black, you know. When you move out of Africa, the people there, they don't know you're Muganda or you're Banyankole. They just say, this is an African, black, and they will all categorize you at once.
No,
And then in northern Uganda, you will think that northern Uganda is a different country from Uganda.
Can I ask
You know,
one
because
question to Mr.
me, when I was studying in school in Kampala, most of my schools I went to, they are always students from northern Uganda. And me, honestly, I never liked the way they behave. They think for them, they are now from a different planet. You know?
I never stop being with this me mentality. Let's try to be genuine. I would like to ask one question to the general, because he has talked about a mindset change, okay? But don't you think that there is manipulation and mindset cleansing genuinely? Because that people that we could have trusted to come out to bring out some the profound strategy that we can rely on to say that our generation needs to rely on this and this for the mindset change. For them also, as you say, that you got to start with yourself. So I'm curious to know, what are you working on you as a general, okay, so that your mindset is worked on, then you transfer it to those whom you know and to the next generation. You know, the way how you come out on this social media, there are many people that are following you, right? So I'm thinking that
you see, what we are doing right now is I think it is a way forward. When we can interact, because look at you young people, I know in Abdon I still a very young man, but you see his attitude when he was he said he was in the same school with people from northern, and he did like that.
Yes,
he like that.
They behave like they are from a different planet, you know.
I'll give you a genuine example.
So that is the problem. That is the problem that we need to address. If the young generation cannot address that problem themselves, and first of all accept that no, but we are not from a different planet. We are from Uganda, and this is our fatherland. We don't have another planet. It's not this one. And this
we Ugandans are not patriotic. We don't love our country. Most of us.
Let me share with you.
Just know that.
I am an author. I have written 2 logical and mindset books. They are on Amazon. Okay? But if you come in Uganda and you tell someone that I have written these 2 books, can you try to maybe look into them and publish them in Uganda for the people to read them? It can't work out. How many people are promoting books in Uganda? You can check on my books. I'm just giving an example. I'm not trying to sell them. So in mindset change, we rely much of the time on people reading books. I remember he's trying to bring out a good picture, but he's having the me mentality. We got to be genuine. If there is tribalism, what are you going to change? The people that are causing this tribalism, maybe they've suffered long ago. Now, logically, they are like, we got to protect what we've been having for a long. You get what I'm saying? So, if you can build a library and then you say, I'm going to put 4 books of Robert Greene, hopefully you know it, he has written good books, The Art of War, something of that kind. It's like, we rely on strategies, wisdom, than thinking tribalism, because some people might be practicing tribalism, but they don't know how it can affect the next generation. But they are just like, let me be cynical, I have no any problem, let me enjoy the money now, something of that kind.
You see, for me, what shocks me is that when you look at Uganda, beautiful country, look at things are working out. But you see tribalism being pronounced a lot. But I've been in the Congo here. You know the situation in the Congo. But there is one thing which you cannot play around with the Congo. The Congolese, with all their problems, but they know themselves as Congolese. And there are so many tribes in Congo more than Uganda. But with all of the problems they're in, they will say, Mimi ni Mkongomana, I am a Congolese. Mimi ni Mkongomana. That is why those people who are trying to partition Congo have failed. Because the Congolese said, Sisi ni Wakongomana, we are Congolese. You cannot deny us. no roads, no of infrastructure, nothing, everything, but all problems. But there is one thing that has remained in them. They will say, for me, I am a Congolese, I am a Congomana. And they are different types. But there is one thing that will get out of them. They will say, Mimi ni Congomana.
That is a limiting factor. It's a limiting factor. I agree with you, Jonam. It's a limiting factor because you say I'm a Congomana, but your mindset is not having value. Again, you'll be affecting another people. You're Congomana, then what is the value as you as a person?
Yes, but that's the beginning point because I know Ben was talking about here. People here we think I'm a Uganda, I'm a Iteso, I'm a Bakiga.
It's wrong if you're not having wisdom.
What do you benefit from? What do you benefit from being that? If we have not agreed to one thing which the president keeps on putting into our heads, patriotism, loving one another, loving Uganda, loving yourself, loving
the patriotism. The patriotism is something which is supposed to be taught in Ugandan schools. Ugandan schools, they are just teaching people things which are irrelevant, which don't add value to the country, to the kids. Because when most of the things I know now, I learned when I was a kid.
But me, what I request, General, let's start with social media and these national televisions. What they are showing to our children and the people is not creating any value. Who will control that? There's no one who is going to control it because the people that are owning these national televisions, they're in the government. Right? So they are thinking about today and the business. And there is someone who has just come in just to change everything, say, I don't care. Whatever is broadcasted on this national television, whatever that you putting on your social media accounts, people are dancing every day. We were trying to give our children phones, but what they are getting, nothing. Nobody's controlling.
Indeed, they agree with you entirely because our media has finished us as a country. Our media may lead us into one day a very serious situation because they're very responsible. It's the media, the mainstream media, and including and then the worst is the social media. It's just terrible for us. As if you say, but what is happening in Uganda because of what is happening? There's bloggers and so forth. When you see the hatred, the abuses and so forth, you get shocked. I say, but really? And most of them actually claim to be Christians. What it makes me? Most of them find them claiming to be Christian, going for Holy Communion, going to be the others claiming to be Muslims, Assalamu alaikum, everything. But what they spit out, what they say in the social medias and what they say in this mainstream media really does not help us as a country. Never.
Do you know why many people are tired of this long-term government? It's because there are a lot of people that don't want to be told anything, yet their strategies are outdated. We are here, we are young, we've seen, we are exposed. We can create a change if we are given a chance. But we try to bring out, because like what we're doing on social media, we complain about something, we create a strategy or a solution, but again the solution is ignored. The way how I've given an example of social media, you've accepted. Now if I'm to ask you that, what are you going to do so that what you've accepted is implemented, you will say, I don't have an answer.
No, for me, it's for me to become in social media, I want to be positive, not negative. I want to build the harmony, peace, the love. That's what I am after. Anything negative, I don't believe in it, because that's where we must build that positive mindset among us all of us. That actually we can, I can, you can. If you can, I can. And actually, we are all human beings. We live in the same country, and another day we shall leave this country. But we need to live with peaceful. We need their next generations come to say yes, but we had our ancestors. They did a great job for us. They left us a better country. Let's do better. So for me, I would want always to promote the positive media approach than this reactionary, this abusive, offensive. I don't believe in that. And if we, all the young people, can focus, that let us talk positively, let us think positively,
General,
do things positively.
General, sorry for interjection.
Go to what happens, but let us start with ourselves. I think we can make a difference.
General, sorry, I've liked the way how you communicate. In the logic, there is what we call baseless positivity. Okay, if you want positive, but your positivity might be only on you who is having the like the chance, or you can do something. We expect you to say that, okay, if you are promoting positivity, but again, you can speak to those that are concerned. They say that, you know what is happening on TikTok here, what can be going viral might be useless. Someone's just gone like we've seen a video, she's naked, it goes viral. Then we ask that you who can talk to those that are concerned with stopping this virality, can you talk to them, show them the effect it's causing? Okay, someone showed us some news, but now she has given a job to be on national media television. Nobody's talking about it.
Abdurrah, I'll stop you right there. You see, the problem we have in Uganda, like I told you when I was starting to talk, is the education system. Our education system is messed up. You understand?
Who is going to fix that?
You people, no, listen. I want you to listen carefully. And by the way, you don't talk about that girl, because getting her job, everyone gets a chance in life. The mindset we have right now is that someone should study, finish high school, finish senior 6, go to university, get a degree, and then start job hunting. In vain, the job which you will never get, because there's so many like you wanting to get a job also.
Me, I'm not looking for a job.
You understand?
I'm having a job.
I know you're talking about Pretty Nicole, okay? Her getting a job in a national television, it really has nothing. I don't blame her, and she's even rightful owner of that job, because look, she has a social media presence. What do you have? Have you built any portfolio? Have you put anything on paper, something to show? Because everything you have is a degree. I have a degree here. I've never used it to apply for a job anywhere.
I have written 2 books that have
but
gone
I
viral
earn more money
internationally
than the people who have degrees and masters. Why is it like that? You fail to understand the country you're in. This is a developing country. It's not a developed country. You understand? Anything you do in Uganda can give you money. You not necessarily need to go to school. You don't need qualifications. You need skills. You get?
That is true.
You need skills.
You know,
so you, instead of blaming someone who has got a certain skill that helped her to get a job, you also search for a skill. Look at yourself. What can you do apart from sitting in class?
Let's try to be genuine.
I could cut you short. I think that should still be I think the government has done. I think they are changing the curriculum. That's when I think it is is work in progress, and we all realize that the skills are very, very important. I remember when I was still in primaries in the 80s. Every week there was a day for handcraft. I don't know whether it is still these days. Every day, in every week, we had a day for handicraft. That some people learn how to make a winnower, you learn how to make a granary, you do it and you sell, and the others make the chairs. It was a name of its own. You have a period for handicraft, for getting people trying to develop the skills of the children, of the pupils by then. I don't know whether it still happens, but that is what I know. But I think we are going back there. That's why you're now seeing different presidential skilling centers in every region. They have been established. And I think even back to the schools, things have changed, and it's about the focus is more on skills. Indeed, we need skills. We need skills in skills in agriculture, skills in everything. And surely we have better good countries.
Schools had gardens.
And the schools had gardens those days. For me, when I was still at school, we had gardens. He was
Okay,
so,
General.
So
My last
so
you
question.
see, you see, I never know what Abdullah was saying. He was not saying that lady to get the job. It is maybe because he has not studied, but as if we brought a point that first wait. Let me give. He gave a point that the lady there is a situation where that lady came to limelight, and the example that she showed to the public while coming to limelight doesn't mean that she did.
What I'm saying
did
is,
well.
You guys, let's try not to be personal.
when
This
she
is
did
a
that,
conversation that is
when she did that,
First
did
way,
she do it again and again, or she did it once and apologized and then became a good person?
Please, let's forget about the lady. Let us go back to our topic.
General, my last question is before I go off. You know what you call constructive criticism?
Yeah, sure.
If I come out and I condemn what you did or what you do that is wrong, you who is mature person, I thought that you can say that for sure this is wrong, we are going to fix this. So we request you guys in the government to put what to call maybe suggestion box, because where I'm working there's something that you've recognized is not good where you are working. They put a suggestion box for you to put a paper. You are complaining about it, then it's worked on it. Where is it found in the government or in other, like all in the government genuinely? People coming out on social media, recently I saw a video, someone complaining about the airport, okay, that his things have been taken. They came out, they gave him his things. That's how we are solving with social media. You get what I'm saying? So we request you to think about fixing national television system that is getting spoiled every day, and social media. That's how mindset is going to change, because everyone is on social media now. Everyone is watching a TV. I have a 6-year-old baby. She's watching television. Only people are dancing. Bye-bye. Let me go off. Thank you.
Thank you. But there are a number of systems to bring out such things. For example, you have people's representatives, parliamentarians. When something is not going well, the parliamentarians should be able to bring it up in the parliament. At the local government, we have the
Parliament of Uganda is one of the institutions in this country which is actually taking a lot of the taxpayers' money, but it's not doing anything. It's just became an avenue for people to just go get free money. Actually, that's how the Parliament of Uganda looks like. Over the years, it has not solved anything.
Can I submit as well?
Allow me interject.
Yeah, sure, please.
In most cases, we are very quick. We are very quick as MPs. We are very quick to question what the MPs have not done and what, but there is what they have done. And that is already credit for the MPs. But if no one accepts and no one acknowledges what General has done, the good things, we only want to see the bad things that happened 5, 20, many years ago. And that affects our growth. We are not going to move on if we continue digging in the past. Yeah. So my suggestion is, as we are moving forward, someone talked about positive criticism. Positive criticism builds us, it doesn't break us. So if criticizing, you talked about Pretty Nicole. That is her advantage. And the mere fact that we are talking about her shows how much positive influence we have on General's podcast. I don't know what we call this. That is it. Now, if you were to build influence, who can give you a job? Who can call you to do this? Who can give you this? Who can give you money? You get that's what we are missing.
Also, if after the thing you've studied in school, what if you don't get a job? What are you able to do with your own hands? You know that question.
Now, that is what General was saying. That government has put very many skilling facilities all over. But now let us be sure how many of our young people are being in these schools. How many of them are allowing to be skilled? I come from a place called Kalaki, and General knows the place. Right now, you pass you pass Otuboy and you find everyone is just in the streets. No one
That's
wants
true.
to participate. No one wants to join anything positive because they know it's only for women. Most of the people getting government money are women. Yeah. Most of as the youth, we have given up. We know as we want to oppose government, as we know we want to go back and forth with general. But if we only allow and advocate and let the Gen Zs, let the youth know the benefits of getting 1 million to start up something, because many of us have missed PDM. None of us has got. I'm sure we look at it like it's a waste of time.
A2.
Yes,
A2. I'll tell you one thing. If I start telling you my life journey right now here, you will be like, oh, you know, everything starts with the mindset. Even if they get 100 million and give it to you in cash right now, you'll eat it, it will finish, you'll still be broke. Wealth is built by mindset.
I do agree with you. You raised the point on education systems, and I would like to agree and disagree with you. One thing I know about education, you cannot go to school to study anyhow. And that is one of the problems we have in Uganda. People go to P1, go to senior, go to university to study without a clear picture of what they want. Ideally, education is meant to solve the problems in society. First, understand what is wrong with your area. Is it that the roads are bad? Is it that you have this lacking? Then go to school to study to fix a problem. And that is what is missing in Ugandan education system.
Yes. We don't want to fix problems. We just want to blame. We just have to come up with so many reasons to blame. You know, something happened, and then we just say, you know.
Yes, that is very true.
Why this happened? The only question on our mouth is why? That. We don't have this question of how. How
we cannot skill,
how did this happen and how can it be solved?
But because everyone is learning carpentry, that you also go and do carpentry. Me, I believe you have to be passionate about something. We have national development plans that usually highlight the gaps we have as a country, what needs to be addressed. So that alone even can give you a specific direction of where Uganda is heading to, which jobs are going to be created, what can be added to society. Then youth can tap into that. But then people are like they're studying based on bandwagon, because General Elwelu went to army and became a general. They also go to army hoping to be a general one day. Life does not work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
That is what I believe. And that is the biggest problem we have.
And our education system, it needs to be changed. That's the only thing we should advocate for education to be changed. If it's reformed, everything will fall in place.
Mr. Elwelu,
Yoga.
I am very glad that at least today I was able to see, at least to connect with you. However, before I address you as a person and request your guidance, let me first address the contribution from P4 and Jonah that has just ended. One, I understand perfectly that our system is just anyhowly, as people think that people study anyhowly. But remember, when the child is young from school, it's the teachers who are able to identify the talent and guide the child. That is one. So there is no way a child can study anyhowly, reaching senior 6. Do you know if the way you started to bring out from P1 or from nursery is the way you think according to the direction of the teachers and the school and the society inclusive? However, there is what a government must do, must not by request, must do for the citizens. Number one, a government must know all that any development from each village must be equal. For instance, Mr. Elwelu, where I am right now, when I say, people will say, don't compare Uganda and the country where you are because it's a first world country, which I don't want to say. However, in the world of human rights and the governance in general, a president must know all children have nearby schools and they are constructed well funded and well provided with anything. That is a must.
It is not by request. It is not by MP. It is not by anybody. MP is just to say that we lack the road. But my brother, Mr. Elwelu, when you look at the road from Kiere, say from Bricks Corner Chapa, from Soroti, heading to Serere, heading to Ochapa, heading to Kumi, heading to Ngora, I want you to be honest, tell me, that is this a responsibility of an MP? And you look at the road that connects you from Ogetenyanga village to Anyangan, everything is bogus. They are saying, when it comes to the education, like Mr. Ibianonya has been able to change, and he started building his own company, and which we as well do. But you can't do when the government is not helping. In the UK, Mr. Elwelu, you are free to go and get money from the bank. You just open an account, government, you write your proposal to the government, and that ministry of the youth will help you, give you the starting capital, which is not 1 million, 2 million. There is no business you can start with 1 million. When you write your proposal, for instance, me, I came to this country when I have nothing. But when I reached here, I just went back to do appliances course. In only 6 months, I was able to register my own appliances company, which is called the Ani Appliances Company. And it is on check trade, and the government gave me the beginning capital, which is not forcefully even asked from me. They say only when your business starts working well, then you pay back. That is even, I can even say I'm bankrupt. But being a good citizen, you must pay, so that another person will pick up from there. So if we are also, I think, given a chance to be given a functioning institution for the youth or for the loans direct, that the government, if you want the loan to support your skills, go direct to this, go direct to that, without passing through other ministers. By the time the money from, for instance, wealth creation, Mr. Lol, when I was in Serere, I was one of the boys who even was spearleading the plantation of oranges, the plantation of cassava, Sokadido, during the time of Sokadido. But what happened? The money wouldn't reach directly to we, the youth. The money would come before it reaches to you guys. You are only getting cassava planting. They don't give you money which people can help you to weed. At the end of the day, the business could not sustain, and the development in the area couldn't sustain. Mr. Ron, I was spearheading the goats, Sokadido goats. Get a goat produce from your home, give to another home. Mr. Ron, we were not given proper goats. The government gives the proper goats. Then the ministers diverts the goats. Then they buy us goats which are sick, which are small, they can't produce well. You struggle to treat it, and they don't supervise. So the system is not about education. The system is a service delivery. Mr. Lwelu, even if you are highly with how many degrees, for instance, I will tell you, the president of Zimbabwe who died, he had how many masters? But the development in Zimbabwe was bogus because there was corruption. The point is corruption and being patriotic to your country. Being patriotic and maintain the legacy. What legacy does a leader want to leave behind? Education, yes. But there are countries, for instance, Spain. Not everyone is educated, but they are doing well. Their houses are doing well. Here in UK, not everyone is educated, but they are skilled, as you said. Those institutions you say that they have skilled all over Uganda. I want you to give me the skilled institution in Soroti, which enters around 50 children a year. And where do they work after skilling? The government does not. You can put the structure, but you're not funding. Then it becomes bogus. That's the reason, Mr. Elwelu, the youth are hungry out there. Mr. Elwelu, today, is that the road that Uganda must maintain up to this 2025? We even don't have a two-way drive. Like 2 cars go that way, 2 cars go this way, exiting the city. Really, we even don't have lights in Jinja from Mabira up to Jinja. There is no lights. And this is the government must, not education. It is the government must. That's why the youth are crying out there. How many children, doctors, nurses, They have exited to go to Saudi Arabia, exited to go to another country. Is that the education system? They studied well, they passed well, they became strong, they are supportive, but today, because there is lack of management.
Drip King.
1 minute more.
Can I just submit something real quick?
Please, I'm finishing.
I would like to.
I'll respond to you from the man from Kalaki. I'll respond to you.
Because I'm getting back inside, I only had 20 minutes to work. So
I just have one thing to tell you, Drip King.
No, you let him talk, Paul. Let him talk and finish.
So,
okay.
Mr. Elwelu, how does the government, for instance, right now, is seeing this Inebiona has a bigger company that can even employ 1,000 Ugandans, that company of his, but the government has never funded him. They want him to go through somebody to the state house. And somebody will not take Inebiona to the state house. If they take him, they will chop money which he was supposed to invest in the business that would develop how many youth. Government itself has ability to create industries that can employ thousands and thousands of Ugandans. For instance, if you say, we don't want a car from 2006 to enter Uganda, do you have assembling plant which is giving free, at least loan, a loan?
Now you see, you have talked a lot. You have talked a lot, and you're almost talking the same thing. I want you to first of all, you should appreciate our country, Uganda.
Right. No. I am appreciating.
First of all, I want to give you a very clear example. You have talked about Uganda, and you know the history of Uganda. But if there is we have our neighbors here who have been at peace for the last year, I don't know, from since independence, in a neighbor here in Kenya here, you know what happened. The word Gen Zs came from them. And what was the issue? The issue is about unemployment. So this issue of unemployment doesn't just affect Uganda. It is affecting all of us, especially the African countries. We have a challenge. We really have a challenge along those lines. But the issue is we need to think about solutions. Whether we lament, whether we say, but we must find a way forward. And the way forward starts with each one of us individually. That what can you do for yourself first before you even think about employment? Because there is what is there, government, and then what is there, jobs in government. You cannot. But what can you, like this country? You come from Kalaki. You said you're from Kalaki. You see how good Kalaki land is and everything.
I'm from